Welcome to today's episode. If you've ever dreamed of speaking English fluently, to travel confidently, to make friends from around the world, to advance in your career, or simply to express yourself more clearly, this podcast is for you. Today I'm going to walk you through the complete path, how to go from absolute beginner to fluent English speaker. Not a vague promise, not just practice more, but a clear roadmap broken down step by step. So, whether you're just starting with hello and thank you, or you already know some grammar and vocabulary, but still feel stuck, by the end of this lesson, you'll understand the best path to fluency. Grab a notebook, because this episode is like a masterclass. The first stage, becoming comfortable with English. When you're a beginner, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is comfort. Think about it. If you were learning to swim, the first step isn't doing Olympic butterfly strokes. The first step is feeling safe in the water. It's the same with English. At this stage, focus on basic words and phrases, greetings, common questions, numbers, days, food, travel. Listening to simple English every day, children's shows, short YouTube clips, slow podcasts, getting used to the sound of English, because rhythm and melody are just as important as vocabulary. Here's a practical method. Spend 5 minutes listening. Spend 5 minutes repeating out loud. Spend 5 minutes writing down keywords or phrases. 15 minutes a day, every day. That's how you build comfort. 2. The secret ingredient, consistency. Now, here's a truth that many learners ignore. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Studying 10 hours once a week is less effective than 20 minutes every day. Why? Because language is like muscle memory. If you let too many days pass without touching English, your brain forgets the water. So, in the beginner stage, build the habit of small, daily contact with English. Read 1 page, watch 1 video, repeat 1 phrase. That's enough to keep the engine running. 3. Avoid the grammar trap. Many learners get stuck here. They buy grammar books, they try to memorize rules, and they think, when I finish this book, then I'll be fluent. No. Grammar is important, but not at the beginning. At first, focus on communication, not correction. Imagine a child learning to speak. Does the parent stop them every time they make a mistake? Of course not. The child says, I go to school, and the parent still understands. With time, they naturally learn the correct form. I went to school. It's the same for you. Don't fear mistakes. In fact, mistakes are your proof that you're practicing. 4. Stage 2. Building core skills. Once you're comfortable with the basics, you enter stage 2. This is where you build the 4 essential skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Let's go one by one. Listening. Upgrade from slow, simple English to natural speed. Start with subtitles, then gradually remove them. Watch shows you enjoy. Comedy. Dramas, documentaries, speaking. Shadowing. Technique, listen and repeat immediately, matching intonation. Record yourself. Compare your speech to the original. Find a language partner or tutor. If you can't, talk to yourself. Describe what you're doing out loud in English. Reading. Choose material that is slightly above your level. If you understand 70 to 80%, that's perfect. Read short stories, blogs, or graded readers. Don't stop for every word. Focus on the main idea. Writing. Start small. Write a daily diary. 1 sentence, then 2, then a paragraph. Post short comments on YouTube or Reddit in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on expression. 5. Motivation and mindset. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Motivation. Because every learner faces frustration. You will feel like giving up. So ask yourself, why do I want English fluency? Is it for your job? To study abroad? To connect with people? Or to understand movies without subtitles? Write it down. Look at it every day. That why is your fuel. And here's another truth. Fluency is not a destination. It's a lifestyle. You don't finish learning English. You grow into it. Like going to the gym. You don't go once and say, I'm done, I'm fit forever. You train regularly, and slowly you transform. So far, we've covered the beginner stage, the importance of consistency, avoiding the grammar trap, and the foundation of the 4 skills. In the next part, we're going to go deeper. How to move from intermediate to advanced, how to sound natural like a native, and the exact study plan you can follow day by day. Stay with me. This is where the real breakthroughs happen. Welcome back. We've already built the foundation, comfort with English, daily consistency, and the 4 core skills of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now it's time to move into the intermediate stage. This is where many learners feel stuck. They know some English. They can read, they can listen, they can even talk a little, but they feel they're not improving fast enough. If this sounds familiar, don't worry. In this part, I'll show you exactly how to break through that plateau and keep growing toward fluency. 6. From input to output. Here's the key insight. In the beginning, you focus more on input, listening and reading. But as you grow, you must increase output, speaking and writing. Why? Because understanding is passive. Expression is active. You might understand 1,000 words, but if you never practice saying them, your mouth won't know how to use them. Think of it like a toolbox. It doesn't matter how many tools you own if you never actually build something. So at the intermediate level, create balance. 50% input. Listening, reading. 50% output, speaking, writing. This balance forces you to use English, not just study it. 7. The power of shadowing. One of the most powerful techniques at this stage is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating immediately, almost at the same time, like an echo. Here's how to do it. 1. Choose a short clip, maybe 20 to 30 seconds. 2. Listen once carefully. 3. Play it again and speak along with it, matching the rhythm, stress, and melody. 4. Repeat until you can flow with it naturally. This does 2 things. It improves your pronunciation and intonation. It gives you the muscle memory of real English speech. Remember, fluency is not just about vocabulary, it's about rhythm. Native speakers don't speak word by word. They connect, they contract, they flow. Shadowing helps you absorb that flow. 8. Vocabulary expansion. At this stage, vocabulary becomes crucial. You already know the basics. Now you need to go wider and deeper. Here's the method I recommend. 1. Topic-based learning. Choose a theme like health, business, or technology. Learn 10 to 15 useful words and phrases around that theme. 2. Collocations, not single words. Don't just learn decision. Learn make a decision, a tough decision, the right decision. That's how real English works. 3. Spaced repetition apps. Tools like Anki or Quizlet help you review efficiently. Don't try to memorize in one day. Review over time. And here's a secret. Quality beats quantity. It's better to know 2,000 words deeply and be able to use them in conversation than to recognize 10,000 words but never say them. 9. Thinking in English. One of the biggest breakthroughs is when you stop translating in your head. This is when you begin to think in English. At first, it feels impossible. Your brain wants to translate everything into your native language. But with practice, you can train your mind to stay in English. Here are some strategies. Narrate your day. I'm making coffee. I need to wash the dishes. Later, I'll go to the store. Ask yourself questions in English. What should I do today? How do I feel right now? Use English for problem solving. When you do math, write to-do lists or plan your week. Do it in English. The goal is to make English the language of your inner voice. That's when fluency becomes natural. 10. Cultural immersion. Now, language is not just words, it's culture. If you want to sound natural, you must also understand how English speakers think, joke, and express themselves. That's why I recommend cultural immersion. Watch movies and TV shows, not only for the language, but for the humor, the body language, the expressions. Listen to English music and read the lyrics. Follow English-speaking YouTubers or podcasters who talk about topics you enjoy. Immersion gives you more than vocabulary. It gives you intuition. You start to feel what sounds natural, even without memorizing rules. 11. Overcoming fear of speaking. This is the number one obstacle for most learners. Fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of looking silly. Let me tell you the truth. Native speakers don't care about your mistakes. They care about your message. Think about it. When a foreigner speaks your language with an accent, do you laugh at them? No, you admire their courage. It's the same for you. So how do you overcome fear? Start small. Speak one sentence a day out loud. Practice with safe partners, tutors, language exchange partners, or even AI apps. Celebrate mistakes. Every mistake is evidence of progress. Remember, silence is the real failure. Mistakes are the stepping stones to fluency. 12. Stage 3. From intermediate to advanced. Finally, let's talk about moving toward the advanced stage, where you can express complex ideas, debate opinions, and sound truly natural. At this level, you need 3 things. 1. Complex input. Read books. Watch debates. Listen to podcasts about science, politics, philosophy. Challenge your brain. 2. Complex output. 1. Write essays, record podcasts, join discussions. Push your ability to express ideas clearly. 3. Refinement. Focus on small details, idioms, advanced connectors, tone, register. This is where you stop sounding like a learner and start sounding like a speaker. So far, we've gone from beginner comfort through intermediate growth and now to the door of advanced fluency. In the final section, I'll share a step-by-step daily plan you can follow, plus the mindset you need to keep improving for years to come. This is the part that turns theory into practice, so don't miss it. Welcome back, my friend. You've now seen the full picture, from beginner survival phrases to building your skills at the intermediate level to challenging yourself with advanced content. But here's the problem most learners face. They understand the theory, but they don't know what to do each day. So now, let's get practical. I'm going to give you a daily study plan that you can adjust to your schedule. Whether you have just 30 minutes or 3 hours, this plan will guide you. 13. The daily study plan. Option A, 30 minutes per day. Busy schedule. 5 minutes, shadowing a short clip. 10 minutes, listening to a podcast or watching a video, focusing on understanding. 10 minutes, speaking out loud or writing a short journal entry. 5 minutes, vocabulary review with a flashcard app. Simple, effective, consistent. Option B, 1 hour per day. 10 minutes. Shadowing and pronunciation practice. 15 minutes. Listening or reading input. 15 minutes. Speaking or writing output. 10 minutes. Vocabulary and collocations practice. 10 minutes. Review of yesterday's notes. Option C, 2 to 3 hours per day. Intensive learning. 30 minutes, deep shadowing with long clips, recording yourself. 30 minutes, reading complex texts, underlining new words. 30 minutes, conversation practice with a partner or recording your own mini podcast. 30 minutes, writing exercises, essays, emails, or creative stories. 30 minutes, vocabulary expansion and review, 30 minutes, free immersion, movies, music, or social media in English. Notice something? No matter the option, every day includes input, output, review, and fun immersion. That's the secret formula. 14. Tracking progress. One reason learners feel stuck is they don't see their progress. So I recommend keeping a learning journal. Every week, write down new words or phrases you learned, a summary of something you read or listened to. A short reflection. This week I feel more confident with. After a few months, you'll look back and realize, wow, I've improved more than I thought. Progress is slow day to day, but huge year to year. 15. Pronunciation and accent training. Let's address a common question. Should I try to sound like a native speaker? My answer, focus on clarity first. Your goal is not to erase your accent. Your goal is to be understood easily. Here's how. Practice the 20 most common sounds in English. Learn sentence stress. Which words are strong, which are weak. Use shadowing to copy natural rhythm. If you want, you can choose a model accent, American, British, Australian. But remember, English is global. There are many accents and all are valid. What matters is confidence, not perfection. 16. Advanced fluency strategies. At the advanced stage, improvement becomes subtle, but there are still powerful ways to grow. Debating. Choose a topic and argue both sides in English. This develops critical thinking and complex vocabulary. Storytelling. Practice telling personal stories with emotion and detail. This improves fluency and keeps listeners engaged. Specialization. Learn English for your field. Business English, academic English, technical English. Tailor your skills to your life. The more specific your English becomes, the more powerful it is. 17. The lifelong learner mindset. Now let's zoom out. Fluency is not just about passing a test or getting a job. It's about becoming a lifelong learner. Here are some truths to remember. You will never know every English word, and that's okay. Even native speakers don't. Your fluency will grow in layers. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Be patient. Confidence comes from action, not waiting until you feel ready. Think of English as part of your identity. It's not homework. It's who you are becoming. 18. Inspiration to keep going. I want to leave you with this thought. The difference between people who succeed and people who give up is not intelligence. It's persistence. Fluency is possible for anyone who is consistent, curious, and courageous enough to keep speaking even when it feels uncomfortable. One day you'll look back and realize the words that once felt impossible now flow naturally. The conversations that once scared you now excite you. The opportunities that once seemed out of reach are now in your hands. And you'll say, I'm not just a learner anymore. I'm a speaker. So there you have it, the complete learning path from beginner to fluent. We talked about building comfort at the beginner stage, growing skills and balance at the intermediate stage, reaching advanced fluency through practice, immersion, and mindset, and finally, the daily study plan to make it all real. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe and share it with a friend who's also learning English. Remember, fluency is not a dream. It's a daily practice, and with the right path, you can and you will achieve it. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep speaking.